Awesome. Awesome. Hey guys, Najaam Lee here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to turn this up. Okay, let's see. Did I do that right? Okay, cool. I hope you can hear me. I want to make sure everything's on point. Yep, we're good to go. This is Spiritual Sessions. As you guys probably know, on Fridays, I'm going to be doing this. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to do this. I'm just following spirit with this. And so I'm listening, I'm tuning in, and everything like that. So I'm going to give you guys a moment or so. Hey, Hey, Beckisa. Hey, girlfriend. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. So I am going to give you guys a few minutes to gather in. And then what we're going to do, the agenda today is to talk about a few of the, well, answer some of the questions, of course, and see where that leads. I'm going to free flow a little bit today and stuff, but I have something in the back of my mind that I'm going to cover. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get in. Make sure you have a notebook and pen or pencil. What else? And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. This is week number 2, guys. So I'm going to post up, let everybody know that I am starting now. Hey, Bernita. My twins are in the house. Hey. You guys are awesome. Early in. I love that. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to say start now. Yay! Notebook and pen ready. Starts now. How was homework this past week? How did you guys do? I would love to know. I'm going to go over that with you guys as well and see how everyone did. Just give me like an update, a sentence or two of how'd it go. Okay, 7:30 p.m. Spiritual sessions. You were waiting for 7:30? Haha! Yay! I love that. I love that. You guys are awesome. I love early birds. I love them. Shows that you're ready. You know, you want this. Okay, spiritual sessions. Post that. You feel like you failed. No such thing as failure. Who's that? Bernita? Sweetie, there's no such thing as failure. Okay, so it's a journey. You guys got to remember that. This is a journey, and so your homework may extend more than a week. It may take you a couple weeks. It may take you, you know, a few months. That's okay. That's your journey. So do not look at anything as like a fail or, you know, oh, I did this wrong. There's no such thing. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share this as well on Indigo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm excited. I can't believe the weather has changed, guys. Like, it's so nice and warm. Like, really warm, the way I like it here. Hey, Amy. Hey. Yes, you understand? You're welcome. Yeah, just everybody, for those that are joining, don't forget, please have your pen and notebook or pen and paper or pencil and paper, because we're going to be doing scrupulous notes today. And I love giving homework, as you guys should know. I love giving homework. I think spiritual homework is great, something that you can focus on, something that can make you, you know, start, you know, help with your journey. Gosh, I'm laughing at this. My sister here. Okay. Yeah, so this week has been like, this week has been hot here in New England. Like, first it was storming, and now it's like super duper hot. And I'm just like, okay, my weather. I feel good. I feel really good. No AC on. I mean, the rest of the family are like, can we please turn it on? But I'm like, hell no. Let the heat come. You know, I need that. I need every ounce of spring and summer to like go through my pores, and so I can feel that heat, that energy. I've been longing for this. Everybody had their cold. Now I can have my hot, you know. Yes. Hey, Tisha. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So you guys, yeah, join on in. I'm going to start in 4 minutes, okay? In 4 more minutes, I'm going to start. 4 more minutes. So, yeah, it's been like so good. Yeah, you love the heat. Yeah, I love it so much. It's like I can't get enough of it, you know. And this makes me feel good, gives me like more energy, makes me feel connected even more, and makes me feel like okay, this is how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's just been really, really cool. So for those that are joining, I just want to say, make sure you have like a pen and paper, because we're going to take scrupulous notes. And today we're going to do, I'm going to answer some questions, which are going to lead into this topic called dreams and about dreams. I know we touched a little bit on it last week towards the end. A lot of people had a few questions about dreams. And then I'm going to go over a couple of the questions that's going to lead into that so that we can expand on it. So, yeah, so we have 2 more minutes to go. You guys in agreement with that? Cool. So let me just grab this real quickly. I know I pulled it up today. Let's see. Is it this one? No. It's shaped by your... I think it's this one I had open. Let's see. I think it's this one, how you're... Yeah, it's this one. Okay, guys. All right. 1 more minute. 1 more minute. And then we'll begin. As you guys are coming in. Hey, Desiree. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just making sure I have everything for you guys that we're going to touch on. So I have the dreams, and the other question was consciousness. Oh, R8. I don't know. Okay, yeah. 1 more. Okay. All right, it is 7:40. Okay, let me just pull up one more thing for you guys. Yeah, I want to make sure I have it. And this one. I think it was this one. Yeah, okay. Hey, all right. I'm super excited. It is like 7:40 and let's get started. And then for those that are coming in after, that's okay. So let's set the tone like we do. So find a comfortable space, a spot that you can relax. We're going to just do a small meditation of closing our eyes, relaxing our shoulders, releasing however your day was, just to release it, let it go. And we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Into the nose again and out through the nose. And then you're going to just relax. Okay, so you're going to do that 3 times, in and out through your nose, and then relax. And then we're just doing a prayer, setting the space before we jump in onto it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to shake. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out through your nose. Again, take a deep breath in through your nose. And out. Again, take a deep breath in through your nose. And out. Oh, sorry for the noise, guys. Can someone close the window because that's affecting the recording? All right. All right. Okay, guys. Hey, Naima. Welcome. Welcome. So I'm super excited. This is week number 2, guys, of spiritual sessions. For those that are new joining, I'm Najaam Lee, and I don't know, everybody calls me different things, but I am focused more on spiritual walk, a spiritual healing, and so I do offer that as spiritual life coaching, health coaching, and that's through Ayurveda, aromatherapy, just really understanding the body through your mind, body, spirit, and emotion, all 4 bodies, and creating a balance in your life. And so that's what I basically do, of helping others on their path and understand their physical body, how to eat for that physical body, and also nourishing their spiritual body and how to do that as well. So to learn more about that, you can just click the link that I put up in here. There's najamlee.com/book-online, and you can see like all the stuff that I offer, from intuitive readings, Ayurveda consultations, and an array of other things. And if you don't see, you can always email me or DM me, and we can always do something, there as well. So if there's something specific you need help in spiritually or physically, just let me know, and I'm there to help and to guide you in any way possible that I can. All right, guys. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Najaam Lee, and on my YouTube at Najaam Lee. I've started vlogging again, so I'm super excited about that, especially whenever the weather is warmer. I have like so much more energy. I can do more things. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about dreams, and how we're going to lead into that is through a couple of the questions that I received, and I wanted to go over that real quickly with you guys. So and we just have a discussion. So spiritual sessions is all about that. We're just going to be learning something, and then through your questions, everybody else learns. So that's why I say, like, write your questions down, send them to me, and I will definitely, for the next session on next Friday at 7:30, then I'll answer them for you guys. So, all right. It was Charlie O'Shea asked this question during the week, which was, where do RH people come from? Where do RH people come from? And so, I mean, when I heard that question, I was like, you need to be specific. I've heard of like RH, and they're saying it's something, it could be alien-like, or could be like a tribe coming from certain parts of Africa or certain parts of Europe. But I want to really break this down so everybody can understand, because when we throw out questions like that, we really have to see, is this going to help me on my spiritual journey? Is this something that's actually going to get me closer to whatever I need to do or to whatever I need to know? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to break it down, and there's going to be a medical standpoint from it, so you guys understand. RH is the proper terminology, is called RH factor. Okay? RH factor. Now we're going to be talking about the blood cells, okay, and the immune system. Everybody has one of the 4 major blood types, which is blood type A, blood type B, blood type AB, or blood type O. Okay? Everybody has that, as well as most beings have an RH factor. Okay? RH factor is a type of protein that sits on the surface of your red blood cells. Okay? It's a type of protein that sits on the surface of the red blood cells. So everybody has this, okay? And this also works in correspondence with your immune system, and the antigens or the proteins that's on the surface of the red blood cells can cause a response from the immune system, right? So this is where the RH is, okay? Now we're going to go into this random phenomena that people are getting themselves into and thinking it's more so as something else. And science has looked at it as, you know, the cells can create and generate the way they want to. There is a systematic way of when they're creating humans and or human form or any type of form, was animal form or human form. Okay, so cells are needed. Now RH factor, there are two parts they're looking at: RH negative blood type and RH positive blood type. Most people who have the RH blood type are RH positive, okay? Most people, as I explained, that the RH is basically a protein that sits on the surface of your red blood cells. All right, guys? So, for instance, you know, they talk about there are instances where there are people that may have RH negative, and this is where this whole thing comes into play of being a exotic bloodline or you know, a different type of mutation, or you're alien. First and foremost, we're all alien species, okay? We're all just utilizing a cloak, right? We're utilizing a vessel. So I need us to really remember that we are utilizing a vessel anyways, okay? Some in animal form, some in human form, some in fish form, some in insect form. Whatever it is, it's a vessel, okay? So in this article that I looked into, talked about RH negative blood types they think is non-human origin. There are theories from supernatural ones of being a divine descendant or member of a divine set of people. It could be either more scientific or pseudoscientific. There are so many explanations. Some say they're extraterrestrials, and it gets even more bizarre and really out there. But this is all speculation, and so I always ask, how does this help me, or how is this helping on my journey? And if I see like it really doesn't help on my journey, I just move on, because this is just a phenomena. This is more like one side it says it is, one side says it isn't, but scientifically we all have it. Most people will have it. Most people will carry an RH factor because it's a protein that is on the red blood cells, right? So if we want to go further into this, they say, and this is just a hypothesis, okay, of RH negative blood lineage. And so one population which contains unusually high frequency of the gene for RH negative blood types are Basque, or from northeastern Spain, okay? The Basques have the highest incidence of the gene out of any population in the world. The Basque also speak a non-Indo-European language and have genetic markers that predate the rise of agriculture. This has led to speculation that RH negative people or bloodline is related to Cro-Magnon ancestry, which goes back to upper Paleolithic period in Europe. Other parts of that, they're saying that RH negative gene represents also a separate branch of humanity that intermarried, and a branch from out of Africa. Some people have gone even as far as saying RH negative blood are descendants of the Hyperborean race, which they believe to be the original human race. And these are all the theories. Some people who are followers of this idea believe that this race was blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and included most major spiritual teachers in history, including Jesus. And it goes on and on about it, and the role of Rh negative bloodline. So for me, you guys, just looking at this, and when I went really deep into it, there's a lot of theories. There's no real facts other than the fact that Rh factor is basically a protein that most humans carry anyways. So does that make you special? I don't know. That's up to you. You can answer that. I personally look at it like, okay, yes, that would make sense. We have to have a protein in order that helps facilitate the oxygen that the red blood cells carry through the body. If that is not there, then it will create something else, or it can create an issue in the body. So Rh factor, in a spiritual sense, I don't think it's something that will help you anyway in your journey of spirituality, or your spiritual journey, or your spiritual mission here. It's just something that these are what people feel, these are what people believe, and if you believe in you know, any of the factors of like or rulers like Jesus or Moses or Muhammad, or you know, as a God sentient or something like that, then you have to ask yourself, how's this really helping me on my spiritual walk? You know, does this particular information help me to do the mission that I'm here to do? You know, that's something. Or is this something that's, you know, because other people are talking about it, then it's like, oh, I guess, you know, something, let me ask and see. So I always ask these questions, even to myself, before I even take on and be like, oh, I should follow this. But through my research, I'm just like, this really, nobody knows beyond what the Rh factor really does. So if you have any questions, just post them, guys, but and stuff, okay? So for that answer for Charlie O'Shea, you can do research as well, but basically most people do have an Rh factor, that protein that sits on the surface of the red blood cell. And in order for that particular body function to work, and to stabilize and to do what it needs to do, most people have it. So I don't think it makes a person a genius or special or whatever. I just think that it's just something the body needed and takes on to it, or mutates into it. All right, the next question was from Alpha Dixon. I don't know if he's here. And so his question is, does the subconscious mind create our reality? Does the subconscious mind create our reality? If so, how do we communicate with it to ensure it is creating what we want instead of what we don't want? I'm going to read that one more time. Does the subconscious mind create our reality? And if so, how do we communicate with it to ensure it is creating what we want instead of what we don't want? All right, so let's go look up what the subconscious is, right? And which I did. So, but I'm going to read it to you guys. Hey, Ty. Hey, Nicole. Yeah, it's a cool question, right? All right, let me, here we go. Okay. All right, so subconscious, you have the consciousness, you have subconsciousness, right? Consciousness. All right. So your subconscious mind is a second mind. So you have the consciousness, that's the first. Then behind it, you have the subconscious, okay? That exists within everybody, okay? It interprets and acts upon the predominating thoughts that reside within your consciousness. And its goal is to attract circumstances and situations that match the images you have within. Okay? So what does that mean? What does that mean, Naj? All right. So your conscious mind, okay? The first one. So you have the conscious and you have the subconscious. So the first mind looks at the things that you say you want. So say, for instance, a car, right? You want this particular SUV, BMW, black, 2019, right? And you have a picture of it. And you look at it and it's something like you really want this. You can see yourself driving it. You can see yourself in it every single day. You can see yourself, purchasing it. You can see yourself, holding the keys and, it's yours. Okay, so the consciousness, the first mind, has taken a Snapchat, basically, of what you want, okay? It knows you love that car. It has the feelings of you loving that car. It has the feelings of you driving the car, going to the beach, going to work, or whatever, right? It sees it. Now, your subconscious now says, oh, this is what he really wants. This is what she really wants. Okay, and I can feel it. So then your second mind, which is your subconscious mind, will take that, okay, from your conscious and is going to place you in situations where it's going to attract to you. It's going to give you the opportunity to get it. So like a magnet, it's going to pull it to you. It's going to pull situations that's going to take you to achieve it. That's what the subconscious mind does. So let's see here. So basically, it takes a snap of what you want and says, all right, I'm going to bring that. I'm going to bring her closer or bring her to that vehicle so that she owns it. So it starts aligning the universe around you, okay, around your world. It may remove things, it may add things, whatever needed to take you from what your consciousness showed and feels to manifesting that vehicle, okay? So that means how you communicate to the subconscious is being exactly sure of what you want. So whatever you're looking at or you and you see for yourself, to actually get what you want, you've got to be laser focused and bring that feeling to it. So they usually say if you focus on something that you really want with feelings and emotion with it for at least 17 to 21 seconds, then it activates with the subconscious taking that and aligning it for you, right? Of attracting the situations needed for you to get that car. So that's how you communicate. So whatever you want, you've got to be 100% that you want it when you're looking at it. You have the emotions to back that up. It's not like, oh, I see that car and I want it. No, it's more of, I can smell that brand new seat. I can hear the music blasting. I can feel my hands on the leather. You know, how's that feel? Smooth, silky, you know, all these type of action, emotional wording, right? That you're experiencing yourself in the car. So a great way to do that is go to the dealer who has the type of car that you want and ask for a test drive. And as you're doing that, you see yourself holding it, driving it. You know, you're seeing yourself down the block. You know what it smells like. You can taste it, every single thing. And your subconscious can then take that energy and multiply it into the universe to bring it back to you. And that's how it works. So your communication has to be on point, right? Your communication has to be like definite. This is what I want. You can't waver. Now, that's the issue that I think a lot of people have, is wavering from what they really want. They start having doubt. So you may put all this energy into it, and you go and you test drive it, you feel it, you test drive it, and you have that feeling. And then the next day you wake up, you're like, I don't even know if I'm going to get it. I don't think I'm going to get it. And I don't know. I'll just, whatever. When you do that, your subconscious is like, what the fudge? Basically is what it's saying to you. What the fudge? I've just put all this energy to make this happen, and now you just stopped me in the middle of it. What the heck you want me to do? What is it you want? Okay? So stop doubting, because you're very powerful, right? Your conscious and your subconscious works together, all right? And will bring you what you want. You are the one should not be having no, if, ands, or buts, so to speak. You should be like definite, like, yup, that's mine. I see it. My license plate says this on it. The interior, oh my gosh, the interior is designed like this. Like something I did years ago was I wrote it down. I think I have it. Yeah, I do. I start this year, and I took a book and I started like writing out stuff that I want, right? So a lot of things have spun through, but one that I did was my car. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so this is what I did. I did for a car. I said, I drive a black 2018 BMW SUV, custom-made interior with colors in black, purple, pink, gold, and white with 20-inch rims, and my license plate says, with the money sign on it, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I went deep, and so then I'll sit there and I'll visualize it, and I'll feel it, and then I'll look at some pictures, and then when I checked to see if they had this car yet, they didn't. So I'm like waiting for it, right? So I can't test drive it yet because it's not in yet. The 2019 one, I mean, it's not in yet. So I'm like, okay, so I look at photos online, I can see it, and I put that emotion, I keep writing it out every single day. And then I just have that feeling of what it is. And I see it, and I can taste it. I can smell the brand new carpet, the brand new seats. I can see the checkered plaid seatings design that I want. I can see the 20-inch rims and, the studs on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have envisioned it, right? So then my subconscious is the one that's, okay, taking all those dynamics and bringing me into a situation when ready, when aligned, to make that happen, right? So you just have to believe. That's going to happen. You already know because you put your subconscious in charge to get it, right? You utilize your consciousness to tell your subconscious what you want, what you really want through through you're saying it, and especially your emotions. You're feeling it to the core, you know, inside out, like no disturbances, like this is what you really want, right? You can see it, you can taste it. And then there's no doubt. Leave it alone. There's no doubt that it's doing its job, right? Just because you don't see it right away doesn't mean the subconscious is not working. The difference between manifestation, when it's working to bring it into manifesting, you have to understand creating material to materialize into this world takes a little time, right? Because you're dealing with the force of gravity. Okay, so when you're pushing against gravity, it takes a little bit of time. Okay, so by the time it comes around, it's right there. It doesn't mean it's not. It's right there. It's happening, right? Has anyone seen like Lara Croft, the movie Lara Croft? There's a part in the movie where the bad guy and her are running up on the pyramids, and there's a piece of the triangle that they want, right? And she comes back, and they're able to turn back time a little bit, right? Or stop time. So she comes back, she holds it, and she puts the pieces together, and then the knife that was thrown to the other guy, you see the force of gravity that she pushed against to turn it around to go in the other guy's direction, the evil guy's direction, right? That's what manifesting is. It's going against gravity, okay? So that's where your patience have to come in, knowing that it's materializing here, but it's just taking a little bit. But you cannot waver in your belief that you have it. You cannot waver, all right? And so that's how you communicate. That's the simplest way to communicate. You are sure of what you want. You can taste it. You can feel it. You can smell it. You can hold it. Go test drive it. If there's a house you want, go walk into the house. Go look at it. Feel it. Know where things are. Where the library will be. Where your dining room will be. You know, I used to do that a lot when I lived in Georgia for a little bit. And I would walk into these brand new homes that they're building, some halfway, some all the way, some just the land part. And I would walk and look around and see what I wanted, smell it, smell what the wood smells like, what downstairs look like, what upstairs, where my daughter's room's going to be, my room going to be, what the kitchen's going to look like, all these different things. If you want it, you've got to actively put yourself into it, and the subconscious can take all of that and make it happen. And it could be very fast because it's like you put so much emotion into it that the subconscious will say, okay, lickety split. Or it can take a little time. You know, maybe it's aligning you with something, but those people haven't moved out yet. Or, you know, that person hasn't moved up yet in that position of their job for you to take that other position. You know what I'm saying? So it's aligning things. So patience is key when it comes to manifesting, and your subconscious, working with your subconscious is through your consciousness, okay? So I hope that answers your questions, so that can lead us into the dreams, because it's the same way in dreams of seeing things, hearing things, wondering what you're experiencing, and what your dream means, you know. Something that I can tell you guys, hold on, let me take a drink. Lighting it incense. Okay, so this is what I tell you guys. Dreams. some people want to know, is dreams real? Are they real? Or is it a figment of my imagination? Dreams are real. Okay? Now, let's talk about different types of dreams so that we can understand what's going on. Okay? Okay. Dreams. If you had a rotten day, okay, like really traumatic, rotten day, whether it's you broke up with your boyfriend or you broke up with your girlfriend, it's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, or you lost your job, a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, a lot of anxiety, right? A lot of times what happens in this world, when you go and dream, a lot of times your inner self is trying to work out the answers. So a lot of times in your dreams, you're working out answers for this particular plane that you're on. Okay, does that make sense? So if you're coming into the dream with a lot of anxiety, it's going to, in your dreams, work on settling or giving you answers or resolutions to the issues that you had in the day or in the week. Okay? That's a first type of dream. Okay? Because of that high anxiety and emotions, your inner self or higher self wants to work out the solutions. So sometimes you're dreaming of being chased, or you may feel like you're falling, or you feel like you can't get out of something, right? You can't get out of this particular place or room. Everywhere you're looking, somehow you can't get out of it. This is basically a mirror of what's going on in your day-to-day that you're experiencing. Okay, that's one. Hey Desmond, will I ever get away from this planet? Everybody does. Everybody does at some point. Everybody does. Okay. The other type of dream is dreams of you're entering into, or you're connecting with ancestors, or you're connecting with your divine family. You're connecting with other beings or other situations. So it's almost like sometimes you're talking to someone, you feel like you know them, but you don't know where you know them from, but they know you. You know, ever had dreams like that? You're communicating to someone, they're communicating to you. That's usually sometimes what they would say, like your divine family or person, or your guide that you're communicating with. For instance, I can tell you guys about a dream I had, and I want to be conscious in my dream, meaning I want to be awake while I'm dreaming. And I love being awake while I'm dreaming. Because you're conscious of everything. So you're not just going to sleep and you forget your dream. You're actually conscious of what's going on in the dream, and because you want answers, you want to know, the next thing or whatever. So a dream I had was I wanted to be conscious in this, and I wanted to meet one of my guides, and I was so adamant about this. My guru was like, next time that you dream, state that you want to be conscious in your dream, that you want to be awake in your dream, and leave yourself something that you don't forget to do. So one of the things I said I will not forget to do was ask her, for their name, and how they spell it, okay? That was something that I wanted to know in my dream coming out of it. So I remember being in my dream, and I was like learning how to fly in this dream. I remember being on top of a building and with someone else, but I had wings, they had wings, and he was just teaching me stuff, right? And I was supposed to learn how to fly in this. And then it switched, and I was like in a car, and it's going super fast, and I'm just like the driver in this car and flying. And then at some point I realize I'm about to come out the dream, but I see my guide, and one of my guides is really short, but like fast, like lightning, really, really swift. And I said, "What's your name? Before I leave, what's your name?" And she yells out to me, "Forsaya." And I said, "How you spell it? How you spell it?" PHRSIA. And then I came out of it, right? And that stuck with me because I vividly saw her face. I vividly saw how fast she was going because I was right there with her, Speedy Gonzalez. And she's one of my guides. And so I asked my guru at the time, can I take on her name, like as one of mine? And she was like, yeah, like so that you have that connection. So I added that name in for Saya. So PH, the spelling of it, PHR. My guru was telling me, oh, she's coming from Egypt, like the Egyptian, that particular type of dynasty. She's coming from that lineage. And I was like, whoa, you know, totally like excited that I got to see her, like at least one of them, you know, really fast in the car. So every time that I drive, I call upon her. Every time that I drive. Something about her energy is fun, exciting, and bossy, you know. So she's really, really cool. But I just want to let you know, like, when you're conscious in your dreams, you know, something that you can do so that you can get recordings. He says, how come we can't remember our dreams sometimes? It's a form of protection, not consciously remembering them. No, I mean, a lot of times, because we're dealing with human form, right, as well, and that gravitational pull, there's a pull that happens, that as soon as you wake up, you're distracted. You know, the mind gets distracted really, really easily. And so you have to be aware of that. Like if you set your night in order to wake up without distraction or wake up to write, you have to set that intention before you go to sleep. You know, a lot of times we don't set intentions for our dreams. We just go to sleep, or we just go to bed, or we just knock out, right? A lot of times we don't tell ourselves, okay, tonight or the next few nights, I want to be conscious and record my dreams. And you want to say record. Recording, I don't know, the brain somehow takes that and consciously says to itself, okay, I'm making a record of this, when you use the word recording. So I would say recording my dreams. I want to record the next several dreams that I have. And you've got to tell yourself that, right? Which is your conscious self. And your subconscious will take that and say, okay, we got to remember these consecutive dreams. You got to tell or give the orders out. Or else the body's going to take over and be like, I'm tired, knock out, right? And will make you forget to state your intention. So try stating your intention of what it is that you want to get out of your dream. So the dream that I told you about, I set an intention before I went in it, that I want to meet my guides, at least one of them, and I want to know their names, and I want to know how it's spelled before I leave. before I leave, right? I set that intention, and then I went to sleep, knowing when I dream, that is what I'm going to get out of it, you know? Because the other part of dreams is that you're also entering other realities, okay? And so some people think, oh, this is just a dream. No, dreams actually are you also learning, right? Because when the body rests, where does your spirit go? Where does your higher self go? Where does your inner self go? It doesn't need to sleep. There's no such thing for it, right? Only the vessel that you're utilizing needs sleep. But your spirit, there's no such thing. It's awake 24 hours, 7 days a week, 366 days a year, and continues like that. It knows nothing about sleeping. So a good explanation of this is the Avatar, right? If you saw the movie, The Avatar, then you're going to understand what I'm talking about. So when he wanted to enter the Avatar world, right, he went into an Avatar body, which is, you can say, his spirit. When he came back into human form, it's just him only, his human form, right? So the Avatar is his spirit, and this is the human form, okay? So when he wanted to go into the forest, go learn, you know, all these guides are there to learn. They took him in, right? Even though they knew he's not really one of us, he belongs to a different tribe. But in that spiritual realm, they took him in and they said, okay, we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you how to fly. We're going to teach you how to, you know, remember, you know, collect things, understand the animals, understand the plants, understand that everything has a vibration, right? So that's basically every one of us. When we sleep, our avatar, you know, when we wake up, I mean, when the human body wakes up, our avatar is with us, right? But in a different way. But when we sleep and this body sleeps, our avatar or our spirit is up roaming around, doing what it gotta do, going to the next thing. Oh, I gotta go take care of this. Oh, I'm supposed to be over here. You know, oh, I'm supposed to connect with such and such and such over there. Whatever they're supposed to do, they're going to do it. And then sometimes it'll come back to you early, and it'll sit at the edge of the bed and just look at you. You know, until it's time they see, oh, you're starting to like wake up. That's usually between the hours, in between the mid hours of 4 a.m., 6 a.m., in that time range where it'll come back in to the body. Okay, so I hope that gives you a good visual about your dreams, of you entering the dream, you being in the dream, and the difference from your avatar, which is your spirit, and your human form. You know, when he would, you know, have to tell the sergeant what's going on, he was in human form. But when he's going to go back, he had to go to sleep, right, in order to go and enter the avatar world. You know, so that's his spirit, so to speak. And he got so attached to it to the point where, you know, he wants to be in total spirit, total avatar at all times, right? And that's where you guys, all of us, want to go to be in our spirit at all times, right? So you have to learn. So you go through this journey of learning. You go through this journey of, you know, you got to get this guide. You got to get this guide. Just the same way, you know, her father said, you're going to teach him, you know. And on top of teaching him, then the bird or the dragon that he chose or chose him also was teaching him, right? And that communication. So there's always steps of learning. All these steps of learning, we all have to go through it in order to get to the peak of where we want, and we come to that willow tree, basically that tree of wisdom, and like, what do you want? Do you want to stay here, or do you want to go on to the next? And that's where it ended, right? He had to make a decision of, do I want to be in this physical form again, or do I want to continue on in my spiritual form? And that's a decision you have to make. So the person that asks about, when can I go home, or do I go home, you have to make that decision of, do you want to come back to earth again and repeat a cycle, but say in a different, or do you want to take this form and move it to the next dimension, right? Or do you want to go through the cycle of death again to come back to the other side? We're getting to that point where we can actually learn and take ourselves to that stage of, no, I don't want to embrace death. I don't want to do that cycle again. I just want to take what I have. I like it, looks good, looks great, and take it with me and make it ultra to the next level. You know, that's where our existence is moving to take this and move it to the next dimension. And it's possible. It is possible, but it's just, do we want? What's the cycle? What do we want to do? What's our mission here? What is it you want to learn? You know? So it just takes understanding who you are, your self-awareness, right? And really connecting with your higher self, your guides. Who are they? You know, speak with them, talk to them. You know, when I heard my guide's voice, it was just like, for Saya, I was like, wow, you know, because her voice was just like powerful, but like had this swiftness about it. For Saya, like, you know, that's what I can remember her saying, like, for Saya. And I was like, whoa, like I just heard her voice, like, whoa, you know. And I just had this feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm going to meet her again. Oh my gosh, I want to see more. I want to learn more, you know? So when you're going into your dream state, you've got to be the one to say, I want to learn tonight. I want to be conscious of where I'm going. Where am I heading? Where am I visiting? Where am I going to? You know? I want to know, you know? And when you consciously do that, then your guides are going to show themselves, either one by one or a group of them, or they'll just come upon you and be like, you know, in a frame of wanting to teach you something or want to show you something. Just like in my other dream where I was learning to fly. Like, I literally was like, okay, I want to learn. I remember going through, I was like, it just seemed like a city, and I was going through some stairs, and I was just following him, and I remember what he looked like, and it's my other guide, and he came up to the top of the roof, and we were looking over the, you know, over the rooftop, and he was showing me speaking to me about the wind, and understanding the wind, and listening to the wind, and feeling the wind under my wings, and how that feels, you know, the rhythm of it. I just remember some of these clips of that particular dream because it stayed with me for all these years. It just stayed with me, and I remember it. It was like at nighttime wherever we were, but we were walking through like someone's house up to the rooftop of the building. And so it's just an intention of when you're in your dreams, setting that intention. Sometimes I hit my pillow, you know, a certain amount of times of when I want to wake up or something, or what I want to do, like something where I do it before I sleep. And so that when I'm entering my dream world, I am really conscious of what's going on. I can see it, I can feel it, I can taste it, you know, whatever. And that's usually your connection to your higher self, right? So I hope you guys understand that. Any questions so far? Let me know. Did I lose some people? I hope I didn't lose you. So any questions? Oh, hey Tisha, I didn't see yours. So if you have a dream about someone, is it my emotions on what I'm going through, or maybe what that person is going through? If I have a dream about someone, if you have a dream about someone, you're probably picking up on their energy and of what probably they're going through. I've had a dream about I've had dreams like that too, where I knew something was wrong or someone was going through something. So like I had a friend at the time, and in my dream it was like they were like a jury, and I saw a jury, I saw a judge, and I saw these huge men, and I was like, I can feel like the energy was really, really dark, like, you know, like a judgment happening or something was wrong. And so I had contacted her when I woke up, and I said, I saw this in my dream, what's going on? And she was just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to court. You know, like, I'm going to court, and this is what's going on. But in my dream, I saw that, you know, like what I was looking at, and how the setting looked inside. It was like in this building, and I described the building, and she was like, oh my gosh, you were right there then, you know, that's exactly how it looks, that's exactly the colors or whatever. And so it happens. Sometimes you connect, sometimes it could be a relative, or sometimes dreams can, like, when it comes to someone, it may not be someone close to you, but it could be someone, say, in your workplace, or someone at school or in your classroom that you probably pick up on. Like some people, have you ever heard dreams crossing each other? It's almost like you all had the same dream, or you all were at the same place, same location, or whatever. And sometimes you guys are in this particular realm of that you guys, somehow you guys are connected, right? You guys are family in some form. Family meaning like you coming from the same planet or the same star system or same star seed, but you find yourselves all in this same dream. And that can happen. That happens a lot. That's pretty common, actually. Because with that, you have people who are helping the earth. A lot of times they come into a circle, of course, the shape, the sphere. In a sphere, you can create protection. And in a sphere, when you have all hands connected, you create an energy, right? You create a bubble, right? A sphere that goes all around each of us. And you can then utilize that energy. You all can go and go to the same place. You can walk in dreams, right? You can walk in places, walk in dimensions real easily. You can teleport real easily because you all are on the same vibration, right? At the same time. Those dreams, people do create those type of things in order to do some positive work, some changes, some help. Sometimes Mother Earth cries out for certain help, and maybe she needs the energy in this format in order to rectify it. I've known, like, when the Earth was off its axis for a while, there was this lady, spiritual lady, that she went to Egypt, I think it was at the time, and she went down under the main pyramid, because as above, so below. So there is a pyramid that replicates what you see above is right underneath it, that goes down like this. So she went to the bottom of that, in that where she was directed to go to help, assist, and rectify the Earth's axis in a way. So from that particular point, she did those works. And there was strategic. There were people at certain coordinates around the world, around the globe, to help with this in order to create this shift and get the Earth in a off its like wobbling and come back into an erect form. So there are so many things you can do in dreams when you're conscious of it, and how people utilize it around the world, and things you can do and things you can learn. Once you really connect yourself and understand the system that you have, or the vehicle that you have, so the vessel that you're using, and also who you are in spirit. And once you really understand that, then you can really figure out what your power is, what your gift is, or your talent is. The more practice that you do that, the more that you really enter. And then what happens is, when you open those doors of learning, then your guides, your family will send you people to teach you and show you. Like, there's a lot that humans can show you in this format, but when you raise yourself up and allow your guides to show you, or bring in other teachers that are with you to come in and show you, they will, because you're open, you want it, you're asking for it, and then they can actually show you on that dimensional level in dreams, so that you can take it and practice it and utilize it. It's all about just remembering who you are and remembering why you're here. And I think that was the other question that I got, that I put out, is, why are you here? Why are you here? Do you know why you're here? Write that down. Why are you here? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? And if I know what am I supposed to do, have I achieved it yet? Have I done it? Am I working towards it? Start really finding those answers. And a great way to do that is through your dreams. Consciously asking for those answers in your dreams. I think that's like the best way, because ultimately ones that are on a higher plane know a lot more than ones on this plane. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. And if you have any other questions, let me know. But I'm super excited that this went really, really cool tonight for Spiritual Sessions number 2. Yes. So we're going to follow it up for next week, Friday, on Friday the 11th. Oh my gosh. Yes, because Sunday is Mother's Day. Woo. Okay, so Friday the 11th, 5/11 at 7:30. That's going to be nice. 7:30 p.m., 5/11. So, don't forget, guys, write your questions down. What is it that you want to learn? What is it that you want to know about your spiritual work, your spiritual direction, and stuff? Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Angelina. Oh, Angelina, hey. Thank you, Shaquila. Thank you. I get them through numeral messages. Okay, cool. And when you get numeral messages, a lot of times, like sometimes I see 1111 or I see 222. A lot of times when I see 222, I stop what I do. So if you see a numeral message, stop what you're doing and come into a silence within and connect with your guides and say thank you. Whatever it is, please show me now that I may do what you want, or please tell me now or guide me to what you want me to do. And usually it will happen, whether it's guiding you to something or whispers you something or downloads something into you, whatever it is, you will know. But always pause whatever it is and thank them for the message, because you saw it, you know, and whatever that they want you to do. Sometimes they'll send you so many times that you have to actually stop and be like, okay, what is it you want me to do? What is it you want me to say? You know, what is it? Where do you want me to go? Like, you know, so it's good to pause and let that information come through. You see 444 every day? Okay, so you've got to stop and ask what they want you to do. Now, that's an action. If they're showing it to you every day, then there's an action they need you to do. So, yeah, that's going to help. Yay, I love this. You guys are awesome. Don't forget, write your questions down in the comment section. And if there's something that you want to talk to me about or you have a question on, DM me on Facebook and I will help you out in every way I can, or I'll add it to the list of questions I'm getting and we'll do it for next week. All right, you guys have an awesome weekend. Namaste, everybody. Namaste. Thank you. I saw 9191 today in different orders. Okay, so you have to add it up. So 9, 1, 10, 10, 10, 10. So that's 2. Okay, so look up the meaning 2, Shakila. Look up what the numeral meaning of 2 is for numerology. You see 1111. Okay, so that's a gateway. 1111 can come in many ways. It could be just the number 4, and there may be a direction that you need to know. So I will look up what the number 4 means first. 1111. So the panel of a gateway. Ask them where do they want you to go? What do they want you to access? When you see those things, I keep seeing 555. So 555 is usually like a warning. So are you going in certain areas that they don't want you to, that you don't feel comfortable in? Are you in a certain group that they don't want you to go in? Ask those questions for 555. I always break down the numbers too. So 555, 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. So that's a 6. So I would also look up what the number 6 means in numerology. But 555 is usually like an angel, like your angel warning you about something. So I would definitely pause and ask and really look at your surrounding. Are you somewhere you're not supposed to be? Are you entering somewhere where it's kind of uncomfortable and you feel uncomfortable? You know what I'm saying? Like, really check your surroundings. All right, Tisha, I would do that. Thank you, Shakila. You're awesome. You guys are awesome. I'm going to take this and post it so people will know, oh my God, we got to do this spiritual sessions every week. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. No problem. So I'll see you next week, same time, same place for spiritual sessions with me. All right. Love you guys.